If you look on identity, the Internet of Things, the first thing that happened it was all about connectivity, and the whole set of vendors were debating, should it be LoRa, should it be Wi-Fi, or should it be Bluetooth, and they just connected stuff. And of course, nobody was thinking about the identity and the security. That of course led to massive, first of all, security problem. Secondly, not knowing where your data is coming from. And you're just pouring terabytes of data back in a big database in the back end, and then try to do it in your analytics. And you don't know the integrity of your data. You don't know what is the endpoint. Can I trust them? Is they actually identified? The value of the data is basically zero. You can only do coarse-grained analytics on it. And look at an oil company. They have enough data. They had a lot of sensors out there, but they don't know which sensor it came from, or is it valid, or what was the context when the data was actually captured. So identity has a huge impact on the value of the data from the interception at the endpoint when it's actually created. ForgeRock is a software company and focusing in security and identity management. And this goes for human beings or devices or things. So we don't differ on how we serve them, and they all are interconnected and have a relationship between each other. And again, you need to have trust between how they are interacting. So what we do everything from an onboarding. Could be in a human being, issue a passport, and then by a passport you actually get a digital identity created out of that. Could also be a device that, as soon as it actually is connected to the internet, has to be recognized, attested, and then also proof that it actually is the device that it's claiming to be. We solve that by identifying the endpoint itself, the thing in the device. So as soon as it is connected to the internet, we are doing checking of the credentials. There could be something which is preloaded at manufacture time, or we can do different methods of doing that. As soon as we have that established and attested as a valid device, we keep that as a unique ID as we keep your ID. So when you go online, I can see it's you, and when a device go on, I know it's that. And in that way, we also can build a relationship between the different devices, the humans and the services. Since the security identity, it covers all the verticals. But every business that is highly online and have big consumer interaction. So this is the telcos, of course. It's the media's, insurance, it's the finance industry, health industry, of course, and the automotive industry are connected cars is booming. You move to a different address, or your car is in a different location. So we need to take care of all the provisioning side of it, the whole lifecycle management of your identity. The last part we're doing, it needs to be stored somewhere, and we have really high scalable backend to keep your attributes and your data secure. And we also are doing a lot of more businesses now, not between a browser and application. It's machine to machine or service to service. So then also protecting the APIs and knowing the identity of the API and deciding which service can talk to which service is one of the things that we're doing. A lot of these things is not a technology problem, it's actually defining what exactly are you trying to achieve, what is the workflow, how are you trying to do this. And as soon as you know that, there's always smart developers out there that can help.